The Hawks taking on the 76ers. For the Hawks, their incredible journey continues, ripping through the schedule, never looking back. Even on the road tonight, you can bet this team will come out swinging. Sixers, Hawks, coming up next on 2K Sports.
Never gonna stop. Surge. Now lean back. Lean back. Lean back.
Happy to have you with us for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here, joined by Grant Hill, Tim Legler, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaking out. You look at Atlanta, right now, 5th in the division, right in the middle. And, of course, there's the 76ers, a game back.
Well, right now for the 76ers, it's really been an intriguing year for them. I mean, they work hard, they play gritty, but they're just so inconsistent.
Well, inconsistency is the word. Sometimes they'll lose a game they probably should have won, and they show you how hard it is to sustain success in this league.
Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. Rizachet at the 3, Johnson at the 4. Dyson Daniels out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Philadelphia, Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt. George out there with Edwards. And it's Embiid in at the 5. This game could be like a tennis match, Grant, with the ball racing from one side of the court to the other.
Yeah, B.A., you can get whiplash watching these teams run up and down the floor. They like to get it and go without any hesitation.
Maxey on the wing, covered by Alexander-Walker, and it's good for 2.
And you don't see Maxey take a lot of mid-range jumpers, but he certainly can mix that in.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I was able to catch up with Nick Nurse. We talked about how Kristaps Porzingis can warp a defense with his shooting. He said, quote, when they post him outside and go 5 out, it stretches a team. We'll need to adjust by closing out and rotating faster than we're used to. Hopefully that helps us against what they're trying to do. Guys, back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Embiid, a screen on Daniels. Here's Edgecombe. No good there. Good D by Daniels. Quickly becoming one of the most feared defenders in the game, Tim. Dyson Daniels.
Well, the numbers speak for themselves, Brian. Daniels is always engaged. Every second he's on the court, and he's right there lurking for a deflection or a steal.
Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Outside, Alexander-Walker. Porzingis sets a screen. Yep, that one's good.
One of the tallest guys in the league. Give Porzingis the ball there and just let him work.
Pass to Edgecombe. For 3, Maxey. Porzingis grabs the board.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And there's the lob. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Yeah, he gives up a few inches to most of his matchups, but his ability to rise above always gives him a chance.
1:46 left in the first quarter here. Here's Edgecombe. Stolen by Daniels. For the finish. Flushes it down to finish the break.
And leaking out well in transition. I mean, I like seeing Daniels get rewarded for hustling.
Here's Maxey. His last outing, we saw him score 22. George outside. Here's Edgecombe, covered by Daniels. Edgecombe, no good. The Hawks lead by 4. Porzingis passes to Alexander-Walker. And here's Rizachet. Pass to Daniels. 6 to shoot. Johnson a screen on Maxey. The Hawks need to get one up here. No good on the triple. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Now here's George. Philadelphia moving it around. Fades. Embiid gets the bucket. Embiid's got his second basket on the night.
Well, listen, if Embiid gets the ball that close to the rim, it is over. You have to deny position.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Alexander Walker, the pass to Daniels. Outside Porzingis. Drains the triple. Porzingis has got 5 points.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And now they are just going to keep riding that momentum with the hot hand.
76ers trail by 5. Outside Maxey. Shot clock at 6. Out to the wing. Here's Embiid. Goes to the fadeaway. 6 points for him.
Hardwood is your friend. He used it to his advantage there.
And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Hawks on top. They lead by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Hawks.
Well, hey, guys, I mean, can we talk about how unselfish they've been? Just racking up the assist numbers, moving it around with great precision.
And another thing they've done consistently well is attack the paint. They have stayed aggressive under the hoop and gotten high percentage looks.
Quentin Grimes out there with Trendon Watford. Then there's Jared McCain. Then it's Andre Drummond. And it's Maxey in at the point guard position. That's the group for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. On defense, Atlanta. 3-point lead. It's McCain on the wing. Defended by Kennard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer.
Well, Johnson's defensive commitment has really improved. He now locks in on that end of the floor, and he will stay glued to you.
Here's Newell, covered by McCain. It's stolen by McCain. Here's Maxey. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Woo, hard work creating the second chance opportunity.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And Grant, when it comes to a franchise player, how much does it help to have a guy who unites the locker room?
Well, you know, B.A., when you think of guys like LeBron James or a Stephen Curry or Tim Duncan, it's not just about their play on the court, but the type of person you see in the locker room. That can rally a franchise.
The 76ers making a switch here. Embiid's checked in. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Atlanta. Alexander Walker comes in for Wallace. Outside Porzingis. Outside Alexander Walker. Over Maxey. The shot by Alexander Walker, no good.
Well, he's certainly more than capable of hitting that shot, but somehow, even with no defense, he came away empty.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Tim, we've seen the offensive game of Quentin Grimes go through the roof.
Yeah, B.A., he is playing with major confidence right now. In high school and college, he was a lead guard, and that comfortability with the ball is evident.
Now here's Okongwu. In the game against Cleveland, very impressive. And Atlanta misses again.
Well, the defense was daring him to take that shot, and it paid off.
It falls. He's now 2 of 5 from the field.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Minute 32 left to play in the first half of basketball. To the middle. Tipped. And here's the fast break. Soft touch off the glass. Maxey's got 4 points this quarter. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
I must say their defensive intensity has been impressive so far, really making it hard for the offense to hold on to the ball.
And they're also focusing on their break, looking for any chance they can to push the pace and get out in transition.
Picked up by Okongwu. And he's going for the oop here. Maxey feeling it out a bit. From the wing, the rebound by Atlanta. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Cavaliers.
And at the offensive end, they were lights out in that game. They found all sorts of ways to punish the D.
The coaching staff had them prepared with a great game plan, and they went out and executed it.
Outside Maxey. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played.
It's impressive how they've overcome his cold streak tonight. Everyone stepping in to fill the gap.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Clock at 6. There's a screen by Johnson from outside the arc. That'll count. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Philadelphia on top, up 3. And Allie LaForce has something for us on the sidelines. Hey, Allie.
Joel, the reserves have been awesome so far. What are you seeing from them?
The bench has helped us a lot. They've come in, they scored the ball, they've gotten stops, so we're going to need them to keep it going.
Helps to have backup. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
And you know, for that matchup with the Wizards, they don't want to say it, but they are very confident coming into this one. And who can blame them?
They played some good ball this season. Their opponent, not so much.
And focusing back in on the Hawks, they're in a tight one.
At the defensive end, I'm not seeing disruption. I don't mean just force the turnovers. I mean taking the offense out of the rhythm.
Yeah, I mean when your opponent is shooting over 50%, a lot else has to go right. And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. You look at Kristaps Porzingis. What a contribution.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
And what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
And Maxey's got the ball here for the 76ers. It's a three-point game. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Wizards. It'll be the second of 3 straight games on their home floor. On the floor for Atlanta, Daniels and Risacher out on the perimeter. Johnson and Porzingis, they're inside. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 1. Tim, these recent injuries robbing Embiid of prime years. 7 straight All-Star appearances up to 2025.
Yeah, B.A., for a player his size that moves as quickly as he does, it seems like it put a tremendous amount of strain on those lower extremities. It's a common theme in this league.
Well, Grant, if you had to say, is there anything you think is underrated about Embiid?
You know, B.A., I think it's his intelligence. Joel's a heady player. Sometimes big men don't get enough credit for their smarts on the court. Embiid knows the game.
Philadelphia leading by 4. George passes to Embiid. Right side Maxey. Nice D from Alexander Walker. The Hawks shooting 46%, a decent average so far. Here's Daniels. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. How about Dyson Daniels, Grant? Last season, leading the league in steals.
Well, averaging over 3 a game. That mark hadn't been met in over 3 decades, B.A. In the process, the Aussie earning the nickname, the Great Barrier Thief. Not bad.
Now here's Embiid. 7 points in the game. Good D by Porzingis.
Well, coaches really appreciate when guys defend with that kind of effort. Just a fantastic job protecting the rim.
Alexander Walker with it. Guarded by Edwards. Pass to Daniels. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. The Sixers leading. Here's George. And another miss by Philadelphia.
That's 3 straight misses to start the second half. Not what they wanted.
Back to Johnson. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Porzingis tried to bank it in, but it misses.
More often than not, he'll cash it in from that area. The defense might have done just enough to bother him.
Embiid finds Edwards. Here's Edgecombe. Pass to Embiid. Shot clock at 5. Yep, that one goes. Embiid's got 9.
And that is their first make of the third. Let's see if that gets them going.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. And Philadelphia making a change here. Daniels outside. Outside Johnson. Now Daniels. Now here's Porzingis. Embiid covers. The 11-footer. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got his 6th rebound on the night. Well, injuries a nightmare for the Sixers, Grant. Last season, a league-high 55 different starting lineups.
Yeah, B.A., and their lowest win total since 2016. But some silver linings. Jared McCain was on track for Rookie of the Year before he went down. And Quentin Grimes also impressive.
Here's Alexander Walker. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Embiid against Porzingis. Back to Alexander Walker. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. The crossover. That shot off. Good D by Daniels. Hawks trail by 6. Johnson passes to Alexander Walker. Back to Johnson. Pass to Rizachet. The 3 is up. And Atlanta misses again. Grimes with the ball. Porzingis picks him up defensively. Down low. It's tipped. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Running the floor. Porzingis caps off the break.
And look at Porzingis hustling in transition, getting there to complete the fast break.
Philadelphia leading by 4. Outside Maxey. We've got 13 seconds left in the third. Pass to Embiid. Embiid muscles through the contact.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Philadelphia on top, leading by. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
And he runs their offense for a reason. He's got excellent vision. Wow, what a gift for his teammates.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the 4th quarter could have more action in store for us. Trendon Watford is out there with Quentin Grimes. Then it's Andre Drummond. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's McCain in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Pass to Drummond to the inside. Here's Grimes. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Newell. Here's Kennard, covered by McCain. Wallace outside to tie it up. Drummond grabs the miss.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Pass to McCain. Ooh, nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. And the 76ers lead by 5.
Yeah, I love the focus McCain showed you right there. He absorbed that contact early, but he was able to plow right through it.
Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. A big group substitution here for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Drummond. Edwards comes in for Watford. Paul George, he's checked in for Grimes. And it's Edgecombe in for McCain. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, Quinn Snyder had some words for his team over the break. He told his guys to up their aggressiveness on the defensive end, saying this game is all about who can get stops right now. I need you guys to bring some more energy on defense. That's how we'll get this win. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
And I also really like the pace they've played with in this one, specifically how high tempo it's been, clearly working to their advantage so far.
Now here's Maxey. Embiid just too tall inside.
Well, he's just an elite scorer. Embiid, unstoppable.
Hawks trail by 9. Here's Porzingis. Oh, the slam off a fantastic lead pass. What a play.
I'm telling you, he is doing absolutely everything he can out there. He's just not getting enough help.
That free throw good from Porzingis.
Standing at 7'3", we have never seen a player quite like Kristaps Porzingis. A fantastic shooter, a solid ball handler. What a talent.
Now here's George. Embiid fires, and no one in the vicinity.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's just good coaching. They have made the better adjustments.
Atlanta with the ball. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Porzingis. What a finish from Porzingis.
And after adding 16 pounds of muscle during the 2019 offseason, Porzingis handles contact so much better. Great finish inside.
Philadelphia leading by 6. 1:24 left in the fourth quarter. Embiid. Oh, no good.
Well, the defense was solid right there, but that's just a missed opportunity at the rim.
Daniels a screen on Maxey. Here's Porzingis. Daniels. The triple drops.
And how about Daniels embracing the spotlight? He loves hitting these big-time shots.
Now Embiid. Oh, money!
The moment is never too big for Embiid. He wanted the ball on that possession, and he delivered.
Now Alexander Walker. Now Porzingis. From 7. Outside Rizachet. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
The over and back call, always avoidable.
Look, I understand you want to fight for the basketball, but you also have to be smart about it.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker, second personal foul. First team foul.
And so they foul intentionally.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker, third personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for your Sixers, Tyrese Maxey.
He hits the first one, and that increases the lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, making all of their free throws right now, it's a great way to extend the lead.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Now Johnson. Porzingis. Here's Johnson from downtown. George is there for the rebound. And so it's Philadelphia with the W. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost toward the end. It really kept this team's energy high.
All right, let's go courtside to Allie LaForce with our player of the game. Allie, it's all yours.
Joel, in the past, you've certainly had your critics, and you have not run from them. What are you looking to prove out there?
Just being dominant, so I want every time people hear my name, I want them to know that I'm a dominant player.
Well, you do have the ability to dominate every single night. Good luck moving forward.
All right, Allie, thanks. Great stuff there. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. With Tim Legler, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. As always, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Joel Embiid.